prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they, almost to a man, told us how excited they are to be playing in this traditional Thanksgiving game. But we have to... And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Montez Sweat make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Fields. Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Montgomery. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
On play action, Fields. That's caught by Myers. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big connection on that one. 30 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Play action. It's Fields. He'll buy some time right. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. And all the way down to the 25-yard line.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Now a 1st down throw. Fields. Open man is Kmet, the tight end. And outbounds right around the 20. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Lions, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number? 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. First carry now for David Montgomery. That is not going to be any help as they dump it behind the line of scrimmage. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. Nagar's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just both.
Either
not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just want to run past it.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. He finds his man complete. That's Shaw. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Runs over it. And he takes it down to the 10-yard. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10. Now back to throw. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. It'll only be a loss of a couple, but the pressure gets home on first down. At the 12-yard line. Second and 12. They'll look to throw here. Forced out to his left. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And the Bears are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
And this one is incomplete. You know, thinking of this Thanksgiving Day game, Charles, for years we've heard the talk, why don't we open up these Thanksgiving Day games instead of just being Detroit and Dallas every year, give other teams a shot to host? I know you're kind of like me, a bit of a traditionalist, but what do you have to say to that, CD?
I think it's a great argument, and the league could support it quite well, where you could move games to different spots and still be very successful on Thanksgiving Day. But you're exactly right. I am a traditionalist. I really don't want Detroit and Dallas to give up those slots. I like the fact that we watch them each and every year. But what I really like is that the league added a third game in 2006. And usually it's division rivals, but that's the third one of the day, and it caps off a great day of football.
Throwing on third down, Fields. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Boy, that's tough, Charles. First play of the drive, you're hoping to stay ahead of schedule. You take that huge sack, and now you're facing second and a mile.
And the entire time, you were probably thinking the same thing I was. Either get rid of the ball, safely of course, or go down. The yardage he gave up on that play, that's going to be tough for them to make up.
They'll set up a throw. And he's going to go down again. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's third down. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to send this one deep right side. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, Detroit. In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield.
And you think on third down, they'd just be looking for something right beyond the sticks. And I think they caught the defense flat-footed as a result, because they decided they're going to take a shot right there
and it ended up being a big play.
And the final readout on next-gen stats, remarkable. That ball traveling close to 80 yards in the air. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, they come into this one off the loss over the weekend, but you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we could walk away with a win.
James Daniels, the guard, called for the penalty there. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. A shotgun snap, Fields. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. A play fake, now Fields to throw. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th. Here comes the Bears punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Called out a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. He finds his man, complete. It's Shaw. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. A great play there. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead is up to 18 now. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. at the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Fields now to throw. And this will be caught by Mooney. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Now it's Fields. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. On first down, Fields being chased out left. Over the middle, complete. That's Montgomery. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Fields. And that is incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Back to throw, Fields. That's complete to Mooney. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. They snap it to Fields, rolling to his left. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted, thrown back across his body. Picked off at the 35, and his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. That's now a 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll set up to throw. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Bears are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
Meanwhile, Fields' throw there complete to Mooney.
They find some open field here. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
A final shot before the break. Fields.
And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
So we're at halftime here in the annual Thanksgiving game in Detroit. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3.
In the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway.
Certainly not what they wanted out of the locker room here as they'll start defensively at the 40-yard line.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Now a handoff here to his running back, and he'll work this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
So, Charles, you talk about this offense, how well they've played. I mean, the defense, too, really. But they're sitting at 10-0 now on the year. 4-0, 5-0, that's nice. But once you start hitting double digits with these wins and no losses, I think the seriousness of the situation, it just has to ramp up.
Yeah, and when you do say 10-0, it can't scare you as a team. Just think about it this way. For most of the year, they've been playing to win their division and get to the playoffs. Now the playoffs are just about a foregone conclusion. So now they have to down-focus their thoughts about getting home field advantage and finishing unbeaten, and they need to make sure they keep it in that order.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. His throw caught right around the 6.
And the Lions are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. They'll try to run this one in. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. A great effort there with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Lions take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. And
points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. On 2nd and 10, Fields flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. He's got him in, complete. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line.
Off play action, Fields.
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18.
Another try after the first down sack. Fields. And I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around a lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture.
And this throw will be intercepted.
Picked by Jeff Okudah. And the Lions will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
Well, these two teams, they met up earlier in the year, back in week 2. And it was the Lions who got the road victory in that one, so they'll be looking to claim the season series now here at home in Detroit.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. Back to throw here. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. Here's Johnny Hekker now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And the fair catch is made. It's going to pin him back here at the 7-yard line. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and it'll be 1st and 10 Bears from deep in their own territory. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finish off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
He sets to fire deep. They've got his man complete. And all the way inside the 35 before he goes out of bounds. A huge play there for Chicago. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's 1st down on the other side of the field. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. We're on to the 4th here on Thanksgiving Day. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
From the gun on third down, Fields. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Jeff Okudah. And the Lions are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And he'll give it here to his running back. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Out of the gun now on third down. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down.
Back quite a ways here, facing 2nd and 19.
Another try after the first down sack.
Fields. This one swung out to Montgomery.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Here's Fields.
He's got a man here. It's Montgomery. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. A big play that time through the air. 32 yards.
Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
Fields going to get this one out on the perimeter.
And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play. So now third down coming up. From the gun, it's a give to Montgomery. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up fourth down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
And a field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on fourth down. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore.
And the Lions are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a third and about 5. Now back to throw. He finds Watson. It's caught. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Continuing to keep their foot on the gas, and it looks like they're just having fun out there. They're loose, they're free, and they're enjoying what the scoreboard looks like.
I'd have to say I agree with you totally. They're having a blast out there all game long when they throw the football. They're picking up nice chunks of real estate, significant yardage on just about every throw that they make. And there's another one there, and they continue to have that fun that you just talked about.
65 yards rushing for him in this one as he starts to draw nearer to a 1,500-yard campaign. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now it looks like he'll throw here. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. A great play there with his 3rd touchdown so far, number 13 now on the year. And the Lions add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. And this will be a Bears first down as he's got this past the 35 to about the 37.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you.
Oh, it springs free. Montgomery loses it. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Now a handoff here to his running back. And some room to work. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Point after, right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moment. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 39. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Gonna give this time to the tailback. Able to push his way through. And a solid run down inside the 30. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
And he is going to have a Lions first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Lions, the perfect season remains intact as they move to 11-0 on the year. And now they'll have a few extra days here before they face Cincinnati next week. Meanwhile, for Chicago, it was a win they needed to turn the season around, but instead they fall to 5.